Is it taking away player agency when you tell players what their characters are feeling? As game
No, I don't think so, because as a GM, you're the narrator, right? You're supposed to be helping them immerse themselves into the story. Now, removing the character's ability to choose what they do, yeah, that's taking away player agency. When you have a character, you have the choices around what you want that character to do, or the really fine details of why they're thinking things or doing things. Now, a lot of people are giving examples of fear. They're saying, well, you could feel a little bit of dread when you go into a room. That's fear. Dread is based in fear. So when characters step into a scene, it's all right for a GM to say that they're terrified. If they walk into a lich's chambers and there's a bunch of human experimentations, absolutely grotesque things that should never have been done, it is okay for your character to be afraid. So if the GM says you walk in and you all feel sick to your stomach seeing this and you feel fear creep through your bones, you don't even realize that your hand is resting on the hilt of your sword, that's not taking away player agency. That is the DM narrating and immersing you in the moment. Now, if the DM said you draw your sword and you charge at the lich, yes, that is taking away player agency, because now the GM is controlling your character. If the GM was trying to build more story of your character and say, oh, and you remember this is how your brother got taken away and you found their body after all of this had happened, you're like, that's not my character story, then yeah, that's also taking away your player agency, because you're the one who comes up with your character's backstory unless you have some sort of agreement with the GM. So no, when a GM helps you understand the feelings and the moments of a situation, that's not taking away player agency. I feel like the conversation of player agency is falling off the tracks. It is crashing and burning, and we're losing what it means. Player agency is your control over your character's actions, that you can say what your character does, and you live with the consequences. The consequences are not removing player agency. Feeling emotions stepping into a scene are not removing player agency. Having your character's backstory rewritten, having like too much detail of why your character is doing something or feeling something, or even your character saying something, other than maybe like a shit, as like they're stepping back, yes, that could be removing player agency. But basics of like you walk in and you feel afraid, or someone has a surprise party for you and you can't help but feeling warm in your chest and you feel a little bit happy, that's not removing player agency. These are just basic narrative descriptors to help you get into the scene.